Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Taylor. If you're new here, welcome. So today's video is going to be just a little different. I am going to do a video on I guess talking about being adopted. I made a post I think a few days ago, basically just saying that, I don't know, I made a post on my Instagram story a few days ago. It really was just something I just posted. I didn't think it was going to turn into me making a video about it. I knew I was eventually going to make a video about it. I didn't think that post on my story was going to, I guess, affect so many people. I didn't expect all of the messages and stuff that I got from you guys or from my Instagram followers as a response to my story. So I just decided to go ahead and do it now. I don't know what I was waiting on. I think I was just, I wasn't really waiting on anything. It just, the timing had to be right. And yeah, so I asked, oh my God, I'm fumbling all over my words and it's something on my contact is really distracting me. I asked my followers to ask me questions. I have a few questions, so this isn't going to be a long video. A lot of people ask the same question over and over, so I'm just going to start with that one. Wrote them down, and I'm just going to answer the questions, and then if I need to elaborate on the answer, then I will. If you guys enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and follow me on my social medias. They'll be at the end of the video. And let's just get started. If you guys have any more questions about this, I don't mind doing, I don't mind doing a part 2. I didn't leave the post up for that long, so if nobody saw it, well, if everybody didn't get a chance to see it, then feel free to just leave questions down below or just DM me. So the question that everybody basically asked was about my biological mother. And I guess it's because in the post that I made on my story, I mentioned that she had me when she was 17 years old, and I think that just kind of made people think that I heard that from her mouth. But just to clear the air, I have never met my biological parents. State of Georgia law states that you have to be 18 years old before you find out any information about your biological parents and your adoption. So I had to wait 18 years. Growing up, I thought that when I turned 18, I would be able to meet my parents, and it kind of was like something I was looking forward to. As I got older, as I got older, I kind of just didn't too much care anymore. When I turned 18, I was pretty excited because I thought I was going to be able to meet my parents, but ultimately me and my mother just read paperwork, and when you, I guess, file to give your kid up for adoption, you do have to fill out what was the original plan with the baby. And of course, on the paper it checked that they had planned to get an abortion. They planned to abort me, so that is why I said I was a failed abortion. They checked it off when they filled out the paperwork to give me up for adoption, that was the original plan, abortion. It also had her age at the time, which was 17. They both were in high school. I'm sorry, I just do not remember like major details about it, because of course I haven't really looked at those papers in a long time. My mom has them, and I don't know, I'll just get into that as we go along. But no, I have never ever met my biological parents. I have never seen a picture of them. My mother does have their names on that paperwork, but I forgot. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go with parents because everybody's asking about mom, but I did have a dad, and I just don't remember either one of their names, and I couldn't really remember how old he was, but I'm pretty sure he was 17 as well. They were in high school, but I think it said the name of the high school they were in, but I want to say the name has changed now, so I really don't know. We also did look them up on Facebook, well, my mom did, and nothing came up. So yeah, when you turn 18, you only get like paperwork and stuff like that, and then when you turn 21, you do have the option to go through the adoption agency and meet them. So I didn't find out till I turned 18 that I had to wait till I turned 21 to actually meet them, and that is just the law. Was I adopted at birth by both of my parents? I was not adopted at birth. My parents have never met my birth parents, and I was in foster care. I was adopted officially on January 27th, 1994, and I was born on November 5th, 1993. So that's how long I was in foster care for, about 2 months, 2.5 months, almost 3 months. I was adopted at that age. How did I feel when I found out I was adopted? I was sad. I mean, my parents told me I was adopted. I'm really trying not to tell you guys too much information. I probably should ask my mom what I can tell you guys first, or whatever she felt comfortable, but I guess it is my story. But my parents told me when I was 5 years old. So my parents told me I was adopted when I was 5. I might have been 4. I know I was in kindergarten, so I might have been 4 years old actually. My mom told me that the reason why they told me when I was that young was because we went to the movies and we saw oh my god, what is the cartoon movie about Moses? Dang, it's right here on the tip of my tongue. But the cartoon movie about Moses, if I figure it out, I might put it on the screen, I don't know. But we saw that movie, and I guess my mom said I started crying when Moses realized that he was also adopted. Adopted. Yeah, so they decided to tell me that night. I was 5. I was sad because it was like I was a kid, and it's like, dang, my parents aren't really my parents. My brothers aren't my brothers. But I mean, I was a kid. Was it hard being a pastor's kid? Some of these questions really don't have nothing to do with adoption, by the way. But how was it growing up? It was fine. It was regular. I don't know how to elaborate on that. Yeah, it was a, I don't know. I feel like I can't really say it was regular because everybody doesn't have a dad that was a pastor. Yeah, so it was fine. I had a very, very good childhood. But yeah, it was fine. I had a really good childhood, a regular childhood. My parents never made me feel like I wasn't their kid. You know, I mean, honestly, growing up, I did feel like, I don't want to say that. Well, no, I was a little insecure growing up that maybe they kind of treated my brothers a little better than me because I wasn't their kid biologically. But you know, I had really, really good parents. I'm sorry. It's that time of the month. I'm liable to start crying, and I do not be crying. Yeah, I had a really regular childhood. My parents never were the type to force religion on me. I do want to make that clear. Because the next question is, was it hard being a pastor's kid? From parents wise, no. My parents are very, very, very open-minded. They never, ever, ever, ever try to force the religion on me or my brothers. They never forced us to like do any Christian like things or anything like that. When I got baptized, I told my dad I wanted to get baptized. When I got saved, I told my dad that I was ready to become saved, and we did the little thing literally in the kitchen of our house. So it was I never felt forced to, you know, be super duper spiritual or anything like that. Like, I really take everything at my own pace. Even now, I'm not forced to go to church or anything like that from my mother. I mean, as you guys know, it's really hard to go to church. It's really hard to go to my church. It's hard just being in a building where you grew up and everything in that building reminds you of loss, basically. So yeah, but no, it wasn't hard for my parents wise. It wasn't necessarily hard, you know, peer wise either. I did oftentimes get judged. I did oftentimes get joked about. You know, a lot of people assume that preachers' kids are really, really bad. And I hate that joke because like I'm not bad at all, and I never understood why people think that a preacher's kid should act a certain way when they aren't acting that same way, and we are both supposed to be the same religion. I never got that. Like, if you're a Christian and I'm a Christian, why do you expect me to act a certain way over the way you act? Or why do you expect my parents to act a certain way over the way your parents act? If we're all Christians, we should all be acting godly. But anyway, so yeah, it wasn't hard. I mean, to be honest, you guys, like, I'm not one of those type of people who are going to be like, oh my God, I was picked on as a kid, because it didn't affect me. I can tell y'all plenty of stories of me being freaking bullied, but I would never say I was bullied. But y'all know, in this day and age, a lot of people are really sensitive about certain things, and I feel like if I was to tell people the type of stuff that I have been through just growing up and in school and stuff, they would probably think I was bullied. But overall, being a pastor kid is not bad. It wasn't hard at all. I had really, really, really good parents. The only thing I will say that was a little hard about being a pastor's kid, especially when a pastor of like a mega church or a really big church, is having to share your parents is very, very hard. I feel like a lot of times preachers' kids don't get enough recognition for just being very selfless in sharing their parents. A lot of times people do feel entitled to just, I guess, to be able to talk to their pastor and stuff, which is fine. And it's kind of like I just had to keep reminding myself that I was put in this family for a reason. I wasn't even born into this family, so I'm definitely here for a reason. And God is not going to put me in a situation that he knows I cannot handle. But it was hard. Like, you know, I didn't get to spend that much time with my dad when I was growing up. He was gone a lot, and I kind of just had to deal with my mom all the time. And you know, my dad was out of town a lot or working a lot, and that was hard. Definitely, it was also hard, you know, in the times that I did get to spend with him, still having to share him. You know, if somebody walked up and wanted to talk and they wanted to be prayed over, it was kind of hard because we could never really have our time. And luckily for me, we did get to spend a lot of time together without anybody else, you know, in his last year of life. So I am grateful for that. Let me see. All right, it says, how did I become confident in who I am? I don't know if that means just in like being a pastor's daughter or being adopted or just shit being me, but I guess I'll just answer all of them. Let me write it down because I'm gonna forget. How did I become confident being a pastor's kid? I'm just, you know, I didn't really grow up with like the feeling of pressure to be perfect because I didn't have parents that pressured me to be perfect. So I'm literally one of those people who I don't really too much, I don't want to say care, but I don't really too much pay attention to what other people think. There's only two people that can honestly tell me what to do, and that's my parents, and everybody else is a suggestion. So yeah, I didn't feel pressure by anybody. My parents never. But you know what? There are people that have been in my life that kind of felt like they could tell me what to do, and it never worked out because I have older people, like older sisters, figures or whatever, that I feel like if I was doing something, you know, that shouldn't have been done, they would tell me. And if they don't, then I'm not doing nothing wrong. So yeah, that's how I feel. But I still feel pressure like that. I mean, people still, I feel like, probably judge me. So yeah, I don't really too much care about what the people who feel like they are holier than thou think. How did I become confident in being adopted? My family, I mean, you know what? I used to get in trouble I used to get in trouble if I said something like when I was younger and I used to get upset at my brother, I'd be like, "You're not even my real brother." And I would literally get in trouble for saying that because I don't know. Because I'm about to get emotional. But really, my family really made me feel welcome. Like, those are my brothers. That is my mom. That is my dad. Like, that's my family. They never made me feel like I was an outsider or anything like that, especially my brother. And how did I become confident just being myself? How did I become confident being myself? Because I really wasn't confident. There's a lot of things that I feel like I kind of dropped the ball on in my life just because of lack of confidence, and that the confidence just had to come with age, I guess. I really just had to realize that I'm like the baddest bitch ever. So yeah. So I only have a few more questions, and I don't know if this was like, these have nothing to do with me being adopted. I just want to say that before I read these. Like, these have literally nothing to do with me being adopted, okay? Nothing. So somebody asked me, when am I getting married? I don't know if that was them trying to inquire about us being together, but I'm never getting married. I do not want to get married. I have never wanted to get married since I was probably like 15, probably younger. Marriage never seemed like something that I would like to do. Never seemed fun to me, and I still feel that same way. I don't really think that I need to get married. I don't want to get married, and if I do, it's not going to be anytime soon. Yeah. I don't really have any desire to get married. Anybody who knows me already knows that. My parents already know. They've been new. And yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to get married. They asked, any thoughts on entering the ministry? No, that's not my calling. That's not what I'm here to do. That is not my mission. So basically, my post that I put on my Instagram story basically said something to the effect of, I was a failed abortion. My mother had me when she was 17. When my parents got me at 2.5 months, I did have diaper rash and a yeast infection as a result of my foster care family not changing my diaper often. And I also had black and blue spots on my legs and my back. Now, the spots were never like, what's the word I'm looking for? The spots were never confirmed bruising. I think like when I have a daughter, she's probably going to have, well, not a daughter, but a kid, they're probably going to have the same thing. And what else did I say? I said that, oh yeah, I don't know where I would be in this world. Like, if I wasn't adopted, it's really no telling, only because, you know, it's rare for, well, it's not rare, but a lot of kids do end up in the foster care system for 18 years, and then when they turn 18, they like get kind of just thrown out into the world. So I said that because I didn't have to get adopted. I could have stayed with my foster family. I could have ended up somewhere. I could have never been given up for adoption, and I could have had been with my regular family or my birth family, and it's really no telling, you know, where my life path would have went. So it was just basically one of those posts like, you know, you're meant to be here. Everybody has a purpose and everybody has a mission on this earth, and my mission is to, I don't know, help people, I guess, with my story and, you know, whatever I've been through in life. I do plan on doing more adoption related things. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm still torn between meeting my birth parents. You know, I go back and forth. Yeah, like once I figured out that I had to do a lot of work to meet them, I was just like, okay, well, I'll do that a little later in life. I really wanted to wait until I felt like I had my life together. So, you know, I could be like, look, mom, like, well, yeah, look, mom, you know, what you did for me came out good. Like, you did something good. You know, I've become something good. I've been put with a good family. But after losing my dad, a part of me is like, life is really short, so I need to, you know, meet them, and you know, they might not even be alive anymore, or they might not even want to meet me, or whatever the case may be. But that's just something that I have to deal with along the way. I don't know when I'm going to meet them. It's like a really, really long process. I think you literally have to pay to find your birth parents, like, girl. So yeah, yeah, so that's where I stand on that. I'm a little torn in between it, but I do plan on doing more things about being adopted and helping out other people that are adopted. I do plan on adopting a child when I get older and start a family. I do plan on adopting because I just feel like it's only right. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I think those are all the questions. Like I said, a lot of people ask me the same questions, so I guess y'all really wanted to know if I met my birth mom or whatever. But yeah, that was just a quick little video. If you guys have any more questions about me being adopted, feel free to DM me or comment them below. I don't mind doing a part 2, like I said. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be on the next screen, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.